Welcome you all. Welcome to Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers meeting. It's so lovely to see all of you here again. Special welcome to Govind, who is going to be our guest today. Govind is a Toastmaster from another club in India. I have met him in some other meetings, and I know he is like a fantastic chap. So, Govind, thank you for joining us. This is my first.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Govind. This is my very first meeting of the year, so I really want to wish you all a very happy new year. I really had a wonderful 2022 because of Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers, and I really want to just put this note that I'm sure coming 2023 is going to be incredibly exciting. I'm looking for all the experiences and learnings that are going to come through our multicultural, unique, international online club, Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers. Rules, simple rules. We keep ourselves muted when we are not talking. We switch on our video to be expressive, to show some respect and encouragement to the speaker. We love to see each other's lovely smile. It's like a family. It's a pleasant environment where everyone is encouraged to be experimental, to be their own. And this is a storytelling club, so don't hesitate to share your lovely stories. As a president, I would like to inform all club members as well as guests that next week is going to be very special for Roseburg Speaker Storytellers, because we are going to have our club contest. Next week, we will be organizing two contests, the International Speech Contest and the Humorous Contest. We have Sarah, who will be our contest chair. So she will be reaching out to all the members, and she has already dropped an email. In case you haven't seen, please do. She will be working with the contestants very closely in the coming week. Thank you to all the contestants who have confirmed their participation, and those who haven't and you are still making your mind, this is the chance. Just take it up. Roseburg Speaker Storytellers is here to give you more experiences. Even if you want to pick up any official role, let me know. Michelle is going to be our chief judge, and I think this is a good announcement to say that we are eagerly waiting for next week, which is going to be the contest week. Having said that, I am super excited to invite Yudhika Gunawan, who will be our Toastmaster for today's meeting. Yudhika is relatively new to RSS family. He is already showing leadership by chartering a new club. He's joining us all the way from Indonesia. We would like to welcome Yudhika and take us through this very meeting today. So Yudhika, you are more than welcome, and it's my pleasure to introduce you and give you the floor as the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam President. Well, fellow Toastmaster and guests, have you ever had one of those days when you feel that you can do anything? Trust me, I feel like this one too. But you know what? When I felt that thing, actually, I told to myself that I can do it. Well, most of the people said that it's just a motivational speech. It's just some belief. Well, actually, talking about I can do it is not just about a belief, but it is about the call to action. For example, when we want to lose weight, so if we don't go to the coach, if we don't take a walk, so what will gonna happen? We won't get the result. So it's not only about taking a belief, but it is about call to action. That's why our theme today is I can do it. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, talking about I can do it, I start to be a Toastmaster of the day today because I believe that I can do it and I take an action to do a Toastmaster of the day. And I believe all of the role taker today have the same feeling to me. They believe that they believe that they can do it, and they believe that this is the best way to take an action. So, fellow Toastmaster and guests, let me introduce for our team today. We have a grammarian, Toastmaster Kevin. For Toastmaster, please welcoming Toastmaster Kevin.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and how is it today? I really do like the theme, I can do it. And I honestly believe every day when I wake up that I can do it. I can get through this entire day, I can work hard, and I can accomplish something every day. And it feels good when I accomplish my goal every day. And in order to say I can do it, I have to be willing to work hard. I have to be willing to put in the work. So I think an appropriate word for today's theme would be industrious. Industrious is a very simple word with a very simple term. It means somebody who is willing to work very hard to accomplish a goal, industrious. And I like to have the reputation of being an industrious person. So if anybody can use that word today in their speeches, in their stories, their table topics, or whatever the case, you will get credit for that for the day. So I will be listening for the speeches for how you deliver, any proper grammar usage, inappropriate word usage, this and that. So I'll be listening for that for this morning. So back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kevin. For the next, we have a wonderful part of the team. We have a counter, Toastmaster DJ. Toastmaster DJ, please introduce yourself and your role. The time is yours.
Hello, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Deja. I will be your counter today. I will be focusing on 3 things. One of them is filler words and phrases. The other is inappropriate sounds like and the last is repeat words or double clutches. I will be working behind the scenes as you guys speak today, industriously writing down everything that you guys do incorrectly. And I will be giving a report at the end of the meeting. I encourage you guys to be kindly aware of yourselves as you talk. Note when you say and as you become comfortable with recognizing when you do that, then start trying to replace those words with just a pause, or try to continue your thought without using those crutches. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Utica.
Thank you, Toastmaster DJ. That is a counter that will find our filler word for today. And then the next wonderful team member is our timer. Our timer today is Toastmaster Misol. Please welcome Toastmaster Misol.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster of the meeting. As the timer, I will help all of us to use our time wisely by signaling when we are at the minimum, the midpoint, and the maximum time. For speeches, unless otherwise advised, the minimum is going to be 5 minutes, and I will show green, yellow on the midpoint for 6 minutes, and red on the maximum. For table topics, the minimum will be 1 minute, the midpoint will be 1.5 minutes, and the maximum will be 2 minutes. For the evaluations, the minimum will be 2 minutes, midpoint is 2.5 minutes, and maximum is 3 minutes. And for all of these roles, there will be a 30-second allowance, after which, if you go beyond the 30 seconds, I will be waving all 3 cards very furiously. I hope that we all are industrious with our use of our time, and also efficient and frugal as well, because we can do it. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Michelle, for explaining to us about the timer. The timer is an important thing about speech because we can make an effective speech with a good time. So for the last of the team, we have General Evaluator, Toastmaster Titin. Toastmaster Titin, please explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Yudika. So I will be the general evaluator for today's meeting. I will observe the meeting for today, and later at the end of the meeting, I will call the role takers and also the individual evaluators to present their evaluations of the meeting, and I will also present my own evaluations of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Yudika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Titin. Well, today we have a fun meeting today because we have a prepared speech. We have two prepared speech for today. The first prepared speech from Toastmaster Ayu Anantia. Toastmaster Ayu Anantia will speech about speech contests and what they entail. And the second speech about from Yasmin Telwala. It's about the pathway of leadership development level 3, elective, connect with storytelling. The title of the speech about how to be kind. And for the first speaker, Ayu Ananta, the evaluator will be Toastmaster Silva. And for the second speaker, the evaluator will be Mary, Toastmaster Mary. Okay, for the next session, we will come to prepare speech. For the first prepare speech from Ayu Anantia, will deliver about the speech contest and what they entail. Please welcoming to Ayu Anantia.
Are you going to compete in a speech contest? Really? What have you prepared for that? That's the key. Preparation, preparation, and preparation. When I said about speech contest, I really mean it is a Toastmaster speech contest, because a lot of speech contests out there that probably not has the same rule, the same environment, and the same mean as Toastmasters one. Now let's talk about the preparation. For example, or a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, I was preparing myself as a contestant. What did I do? Here I want to share with you. First, of course, a speech, right? But what kind of speech? A well-structured speech, according to the Toastmaster, what Toastmaster has told us. Like in the level 1, when we prepared our speech, what they tell at the opening, what is the body, and then the closing. That's number 1. Number 2, what I did was understanding my speaking area. In this speech contest, my speaking area will, because it is online environment, my speaking area is this. And I cannot go out from this speaking area. In the offline setting, it's different. So if I want to talk or I want to do some gesture, I should be, or expected, I'm expected to speak in this box. Number 2. Number 3, what I did was rehearse it 7 times minimum. Are you why 7? Well, it's just a number. What I try to say is just repeatedly. For me, 7 is education number, spiritual number, not just a number. Minimum 7. So if you ask me, I will say 7. But if you ask somebody else, they probably say you need to do it 3 times, or other will say 11 times. Number 4, I went to Toastmaster International website and I look for 3 things. The first one is the rule book, speech contest rule book, or speech contest handbook, they call it. Read all of that and imagine what will happen, what I need to do, what I will face during the contest. Number 2 is the judge form. Why? I'm not a judge, but I want to look for the judge form. I want to know what judges look for. From that, I know they will be looking for the structure, they will be looking for my delivery, and they will be looking. I was in evaluation contest at that time. They will be looking for a conclusion. If I don't conclude, I lose 15 points, 10 or 15 points, if I'm not mistaken. So this kind of things we need to know, and we will know from the judges' forms. Oh well, I did say 3 forms, right? Actually, it's only these 2 forms. But the thing is that this time around, this year, District 7 will have 2 kind of contests: international speech contest and humorous. That's why in my mind, I thought 3. The first one is handbook. Number 2, judge form for humorous contest, and judge form for international contest. Why I want to, if I compete in these 2 contests, I need to see both of them because they are different. And number 5, I always ask myself, what is the purpose for me to compete? How if I win? What's next? How if I fail? So I prepared myself with a lot of things that prepare myself mentally. If I win, okay, so what is next? Area? Being a professional speaker? Or just for having fun? If I fail, there is a quote or a saying that, or not a say, not a say or a quote. I remember that KFC person, Dr. Sanders, how many times that he tried to make a business and failed, but then at the end they win. So for me, if I failed, it's a learning process. Last but never least, if I already have all these, at least I will go to someone. You can say it's a coach, it's a club, or it's just a person. Rehearse in front of them and ask for feedback. So you know how the judges will hear from their end. On the contest day, relax, trust yourself, just have fun. This is online. Remember, this is not about contest. This is about you having fun, learning, and be better. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayu Anantia. That's hypnotized me. Hypnotized me. I feel that it's still continue. That's a wonderful speech from Toastmaster Ayu Anantia. And I believe it will be the same energy with our second speaker, that is Toastmaster Yasmin. Toastmaster Yasmin will do the pathway of leadership development, level 3, elective, connect with storytelling. And the title of the speech is How to Be Kind. So for Toastmaster Yasmin, please welcome.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. What does it take to be kind? This is the question I started asking myself after I made a trip to Geneva. All my stories come out of travel. And this time, I have some different type of stories to tell. I did not want to go to Geneva. Yes, I did not want to. I live in 26 degrees pleasant climate in Abu Dhabi. Who would like to go to Geneva like -7 degrees in December? And that too to do a computer training? I hated my boss like anything for sending me to Geneva. And before I will take up my flight, it's like heavy rain in Abu Dhabi. Heavy rain in a desert. One of my Roseburg speaker storyteller friend messaged me, I hope there is no travel stories coming from you, Yasmin. And I was like, no, I can't believe it. The omen has started. It's raining in Abu Dhabi on the day I have to travel. Anyways, I don't want to tell you that I really hated to go to Geneva, also because I had no winter clothes. In a desert, why would I carry any winter clothes? I hardly had this sweatshirt as the thickest one to wear in the winter. I had no proper clothing. And I told my colleagues, I have no proper clothing to go to Geneva. And as usual, to a minimalist, being misinterpreted as being miser, they said, Yasmin, we gave you a gift card. Go and buy a jacket for yourself. I was like, honestly, am I going to buy a jacket for 4 days? I said, no, I'll just go in wherever I have. And I did that. I landed in Geneva. Super cold in my like nylon polyester pajamas. Managed. I could see my hotel from the airport. But there is no way to go there. How to go there? I was struggling hard to find the road. Went here, there, nowhere. And then I saw a bus driver coming. I stopped the bus. It was a bus stop. And I said, I want to go to that hotel. Can you drop me there? Is it on your way? The bus driver said, yes, just go and get a ticket. I said, no, I don't have coins to go and get a ticket. And it was so cold. He looked at me in my nylon pajamas and he said, okay, just sit in. I'll drop you. And he dropped me. That was my first encounter of kindness. I had only one Sunday and I thought I'm going to go to La Juverie. I went to the bus station. I found a sale where I could buy a warmer trouser. I just did that because I just can't tolerate that cold. And I got into the train. There was someone nicely dressed up going for skiing. I asked that person, do you know where this train goes? I have to go to this place called La Juverie. He stopped. He looked into his mobile. He looked into the schedule and he said, well, this train won't go. You have to take another train. But if you don't mind, I can suggest you to go to where this train is going because that's a beautiful place. I had no reason to go out. It was so cold. I just sat in the train. He introduced me everything about Geneva. He told me stories about Geneva. He told me stories about the place he grew up. And then that 1 hour ride was my first-hand exposure to what life in Geneva is. And then he offered me, when we reached the station, to go to a cafe, like a Swiss cafe. I couldn't decline the offer. He diverted his route from going to his skiing, spent almost half an hour with me, A stranger, not knowing where is she going and why is she going, and offered me a coffee. I was touched. But then I knew he had to go skiing and I requested him to continue his journey. After that, I was like, again, back on the train, being back. But that was my second kindest encounter in Geneva. I was wondering, why would anyone divert the way and go and talk to a stranger and, introduce so passionately and excitingly about a place? I entered into the training. It was too cold, really too cold. I put on 2 jackets. I went into the training. My colleagues, they were all new. I didn't know anyone in the training. I just asked one of them, do you have an extra jacket? It's too cold for me. He said, trust me, I only have this one. I said, I don't believe you. Living in Geneva, you don't have a second jacket? I was just trying to check you. If you have an extra jacket, I wanted to borrow it from you. And he smiled and said, trust me, I really have only one jacket. I had no reason but to believe him. Second day, there was a beautiful thick jacket waiting for me. If you're thinking it was this guy who bought me the jacket, no, you are mistaken. There was someone who was sitting next to him, and he overheard my whole conversation. And he got me a jacket. Imagine not even being asked. He was so considerate that the next morning he bought me a thick jacket. I was really hesitant to accept it, but he forced me to accept it. He almost made me wear that jacket, and I did. After 3 days, I went when the training was over to return him the jacket. And he said, no, this is yours. I really could not believe it. I was like, this is not possible. I just can't take it. I don't need a jacket in Abu Dhabi. And he said, no, keep it with you. You bring it back when you come back to Geneva. And this is a memory for you as to how you can help others. And I was like, honestly, I always keep asking, what does it take to be kind? And then I entered the airplane. I met another person who told me wonderful stories of what he does. The most touching part was his job. I have always seen snakes hit in road accident. But first ever time in my life, I see a doctor who was doing surgery of snakes who have been hit on road by accidents. He showed me the pictures of what he does. And I was taken by all surprise, asking myself again, what does it take to be so kind? I always knew my lessons are going to come from travel, but this one is dearly, dearly close to my heart. And I really want to thank my boss now that she did send me to a place I did not want to go. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yasmin. That's interested speaking from Toastmaster Yasmin, and I believe Toastmaster Yasmin shared to us about how can he attract the kindness to herself and with sharing to other. And I believe like this one, we have a wonderful session about sharing a kindness with our inspiration story, just like Toastmaster Yasmin in our table topic master. So for our table topic master, we have our table topic. We have a table topic master that is Toastmaster Kunang will handle the session. So please welcoming Toastmaster Kunang. I'm sorry, you still unmute.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. Today I am going to inspire you to express yourself with your personal opinion and with my question and share your lovely smile. And connecting to our words of the day. I can do it. Everybody can do it. I can do it today with my question. I don't share a screen share. I am reading the question because I want to practice pronounce my English language too. So the first question is going to, wow, to our grammarian, Kevin. The question is, what is your favorite thing about Toastmaster online meetings and why?
Good morning, Kunang. The one thing I like about getting together online is because it's very convenient. It's very easy for me to get up out of my room, out of my bed, and come right into my office room and get online and participate in the club. As opposed to many years ago, and Michelle remembers this, when we would get together at Seven Feathers Casino in Oregon, and we would get together in the conference room around 7 in the morning. And to me, it was a matter of putting a lot more extra effort into attending the meetings by getting up, getting dressed, getting prepared, getting ready, getting into my vehicle, driving 10 miles to the conference, and then arriving in the room and preparing myself for my speech. There's a time factor that I don't have to worry about when it comes to just meeting online. There's a few other factors that I don't really have to worry about. So, and the thing I really enjoy the most is I still learn every time I attend a meeting online. I still learn just as effectively as I would if we were meeting physically. The only thing that's unfortunate about being a Toastmaster online and conducting these meetings online is I don't get to see anybody in person. That's the only disappointing factor. However, we have to learn to adapt and to adjust. So today's theme is I can do it. I can adjust to this new way of being a Toastmaster online. And I feel just as industrious because it's the same principles, the same concept. You're still speaking in public. You're still learning about yourself. So I learn about myself every single time I attend one of these meetings online. And it's just as effective as if I'm attending in person. So back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, our Toastmaster Karen. Yes, I am happy when I'm hearing about you said that I can do it, and being here is make you feel connected with the people. Yes, and that second question is going to, wow, Mary. Wow. Oh.
Could you
the
repeat
question
that for
is,
me? Oh, yeah.
What?
Did you want me?
Yeah. Yes.
Could you repeat the question?
I'm not.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
yet.
I'm sorry, I was doing my evaluation. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. What did you prepare before your special day, wedding day? Did you remember that?
Yes, I did. I did many things in preparing for my special wedding day. But let me start by saying the theme of my wedding, and that precipitated many things that I did. My theme was a rainbow. So all my bridesmaids, which are the ladies that stand with you up at the altar, each had a different color. And so I had to find a dress that would accommodate allowing many different colors. And when you have 5 brothers, you're going to need at least 5 bridesmaids. So I had a very large a group. There were a total of 7 bridesmaids. So I had to have 7 different colors. So that took some some time. I also found that at Easter time, M&Ms have a rainbow colored bag of M&Ms. So my wedding was in September, but in April during Easter, I went in search of all the M&M bags that I could find that had rainbow M&Ms. And I used those as party favors to put on the tables at my wedding. The last thing that I did to prepare for my wedding using that rainbow theme is I found a place that had rainbow colored balloons. And I asked some friends to use helium tanks to blow up these rainbow colored balloons and make an archway over the entrance to where my wedding reception occurred. So all my pictures have this lovely balloon archway as a backdrop. And I found that to make a very lovely backdrop for our wedding pictures. So those were some of the things that I did on my wedding back in 1988. So you're really talking a long time ago. Thank you for allowing me to share that memory. Back to you. Hannah, can I?
Thank you, Mary, for sharing your ideas and your memory. It's lovely. Rainbow colors, just for primates with different colors. So the second question, go to TM COVID. Wow. Okay. Okay. What are your assets make you feel inspired and keep you loving yourself more, and why?
Okay, just give me a few seconds. I need to process that. It's a little lengthy. Could you please repeat it again?
Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
What are your assets make you feel inspired and keep you loving yourself more, and why?
Okay. Good evening to all the Toastmasters present here. My name is Govind, and I'll share a few steps that made me inspired. The very first was when I was in class 11th. English teacher gave me an activity to share a familiar story with an unfamiliar ending. So I had to improvise a known story with an unknown ending. So there's a book called Jungle Book, which I have improvised it, given my own style of summary and conclusion, which my English teacher loved it. And she said, present it in the school morning assembly. So in India, in the morning, we have prayers where everyone gather on the ground and there's a mic. So I have to give my story. I have to present my story in front of the students. So that day, I just focused on presenting my story. And I realized that I did not have stage fear. That was the moment where I lost my stage fear. That felt so good and inspiring because all these years when I was presenting on the stage, I had stage fright. My legs were shivering. And that was the day. I was like a lion roaring among the crowd. Soon I became the head boy of the school and I gave many speeches and I inspired many people. I used to read books. My favorite book is You Can Win. So there are many successful principles and stories which I shared in the morning assembly that I got inspired and I allowed everyone around me to inspire. And everyone was so happy with the content I delivered and they used to appreciate me. what's the best moment than this? So this is one inspiring incident in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Colin. A lovely answer. And the next question is to, oh wow, E.T. E.T. Your name is E.T.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. So my question is, what is on the state of your mind when you feel you are connected with other Toastmaster members around the world? What is on the state of your mind when you feel you are connected with other Toastmasters members around the world?
Before I start, am I audible and visible? Give me reaction. Okay, I'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, what is the state of your mind when you are connected with Toastmasters all around the world? Well, the one sentence that I would like to say is be present. Once you become be present, you are being present to the others. You have a gift to the others. A gift to listen the stories. A gift to give them feedback. A gift to speak your thoughts. A gift to role taking in a meeting. A gift to start a meeting as a Tom. You set the tone. A gift as a GE. You give a lot of the feedbacks to make sure that the club improve a lot. A gift as grammarian. You improve their languages. You improve what they need to say and what they don't need to say. A gift as a counter. How you can understand that simple clutch words can make your audience doesn't really understand your speech. The gift of table topic master give a lot of thoughts to be answered, questions to be answered. And also sometimes we have table topic evaluation, someone that can help us to improve in our impromptu speeches. So, what is your state of mind right now when you are connected to the people all around the world? It is depends on what role you take right now. And I'm taking my role as the topic speaker. What is your role? Back to you, TTM. Good night.
Wow. Thank you, E.T., for your lovely answer. Yes. So the next question to Silpa. In your idea, what things that you think people should do to transform their bad habits into good habits? In your idea, what things that you think people should do to transform their bad habits into good habits? Silpa.
Thank you, Kunang. Thank you, Kunang, for being our Table Topics Master of the Day and for this question. Thinking of bad habits or good habits, that's a matter of perspective. But in general, if any habit that you have, anything that you do in your daily lives is detrimental to your health, it is detrimental to help you reach your goals, or it is detrimental to goodness of people around you, then I would rank it as a bad habit. And they say human is like a statue of mistakes. It's made up of mistakes. We all might hit times when we come across, we find ourselves having some bad habits. The first thing, the very first thing a person can do to get rid of those bad habits is realization. Until you realize that there is something not going in the right direction, if there is something bad, you cannot work upon it. The second thing in getting rid of the bad habit is figure out how you are going to do it. So, taking my example, I was addicted. No, not to smoking, not to shopping, but to video games. And that took such a big part of my life. I was not able to focus on anything. I realized, I figured out a way. I got a book of puzzles that I like doing, which was better than playing video games. And third thing was try to stick to it. Be around people who make you accountable for getting rid of that bad habit. So to conclude, I would say realize, act upon it, be accountable to get rid of the bad habit. Thank you, Kunang.
Thank you, Shilpa. Yes. So I have another time. I still have
Yes.
time. Okay.
Yes, you still have.
One quick question.
Okay. Thank you. The last question is go to sorry. Counter dangerous. What is your favorite emoji on Facebook? Why?
Emoji. What is my favorite emoji on Facebook? Let's see if I can even remember what the options are. There's the like button, the laugh button, the care button, where you get to hug a heart, crying button, wow, and angry. Did I catch it all? I think the like button is definitely a good standard. It's always there for you when you need it. The love button, I use that when I'm feeling like it is definitely something I love rather than just like, and I want to communicate that to the poster that this is something that I love. What do you do when someone posts bad news? You could use a sad button, but if you want to communicate a message of hope or caring or warmth, that caring button where you're holding and hugging a heart, I think that is a wonderful addition to Facebook's emojis available. So I'd say that after industriously reviewing people's posts and determining how I feel about them, I respond with an appropriate emoji. And my favorite would be just the like button, because I'm not fancy. The like button is good enough to let someone know I've read their post. I liked it. Thanks for posting. And thanks for the question. Back to you, Kuning.
Thank you, Dejas, for your lovely emoji. Yes. So my questions.
I think time's up.
And
Time's up.
Okay. So back to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kunang. That's a wonderful table topic I believe you are the industrious person that create a beautiful and wonderful table topic for today. Thank you for that. Well, just like Toastmaster Kunang, we have a wonderful and industrious people that make feedback for us for the next session. So for the next session, we have a evaluation session, and that will be led by Toastmaster Titin. For Toastmaster Titin, please welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yudika. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. Let us commence this evaluation session with the evaluations of the prepared speech speakers. Evaluations is the breakfast of champion. It is the heart of Toastmasters meeting. So without further ado, let us welcome our first evaluator, Toastmaster Shilpa.
Thank you, Titin. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. And Ayu, congratulations. That was an industrious attempt to motivate everyone and to help everyone being a contestant at the upcoming speech contest. And Lord, you excelled at doing that. There are many things that I loved about the speech, and I will be talking about just a few today. First of all, the way you started the speech, that was a first good connect with your audience. We could just see the ease in you. We could just feel that you were happy speaking about this topic. And when you said preparation, 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 that drove the point home. I really liked your gestures throughout the speech. The way you zoomed in and zoomed out, made use of that space, that limited frame of space that you had. I really like the way you used that. You could really exemplify the saying, content is king today. Your content was really the king of your speech. It was a very useful set of information that you had out for the people who would be participating in the speech contest today. So very well done on the content part of your speech. And to cap it all, you said once in your speech that conclusion is very important. You proved it. You showed how your conclusion made a lot of difference, how it tugged the heartstrings of everyone listening to that speech. So very well done on these 3 points. Now I have a few suggestions for you. I know you are our friendly past president and you take the club forward very well. But when you are a speaker, I would suggest you to make a demarcation between these two. Because when you give a speech, it's for others, but for yourself also. To make that impact as a speaker, I would advise you to shake the things a little bit up. Maybe you could have stood up and given that speech. Maybe you could have dressed up and given that speech. Little things, but that would have improved your presence as a speaker. And the second point would be the structure of the speech. I was maybe looking at maybe you'll give 3 points, but you could have said, I'll give you 5 points today about how to be better prepared for a contest. So those are my 2 suggestions. Work on presentation and structure, and you excelled at motivating people. Back to you, GE, Madam GE.
Round of applause, please, for Toastmaster Shilpa. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shilpa, for your comprehensive, uplifting So I think those are the things that not only distinguished Toastmaster Ayu can learn, but also we as the audience can learn as well from your evaluations. Thank you. And now let us proceed to our second evaluator, Toastmaster Mary, who will evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Yasmin.
I asked the timer to give me just a brief pause before you start timing me because I have got to comment on today's theme. It could not be more appropriate for me. I can do it. Today is the day that I do a task that I absolutely hate. Taking down Christmas decorations. It's always such a sad time and I dread it. And I'm planning to do it today. So this theme just, wow, hit me. It's like, I can do it. I'm going to be industrious and I'm going to get those Christmas decorations down today. So thank you for that theme of I can do it to encourage me. Now I'd like to turn to my evaluation. Yasmin, I always enjoy your travel stories. You're such an industrious person and you travel a lot and take us with you on your travels. And today was another one. So always you have my interest when you start talking about your travel stories. They're always so entertaining and enjoyable. And today's objective was to give us a message using storytelling, which you certainly met that objective because your whole speech was themed around stories. I liked your vocal variety. You had a very conversational tone with a good pace. You used inflections in your voice when you were excited or showing cold or surprise. You use your voice to help feel that. It was great with that. I felt it was a very well structured and well presented speech. It had an opening, a body with several steps, and then a closing. If I can offer just a few suggestions, starting close to the beginning of your speech, you used the word that I heard, genera. And you said it about 3 times, genera. And I was like, where is that? I literally went onto the website while we were listening, like, where's genera? And then when you started saying about getting a coat, but it was all that time before it got to the coat. Geneva. Oh, so my suggestion, so it took away from my receiving your message almost about a minute as I really struggled to understand what you're trying to say. If you had added the word Switzerland or just said a very cold place in the Northern Hemisphere, that would have set the tone for me of what you were trying to say. So certainly pronunciation, Geneva versus genera, that I had trouble with, but you could have added on to it that would have made it clearer and would have helped me as an audience participant. Your real point was that it was a cold place, not where the place was, but that it was cold. So adding that to it. Secondly, you had 2 great stories and you had just finished the second story when the red came on, but you went into a third story. I think a proper conclusion you could have wound up right after your second story. It was a very comfortable way to conclude. And I felt you could have strengthened your conclusion by repeating, what is kindness? And then call to action to the audience. Audience, what can you do to be kind? What action are you going to take to show kindness? I think that would have strengthened your conclusion. Those are my suggestions, but doesn't take away from a wonderful speech, always entertaining, and certainly hit the mark on being a great story. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Round of applause, please, for Toastmaster Mary. Thank you so much for your insightful evaluation that you provided for Toastmaster Yasmin. Yeah, I believe that it is also useful for all of us, not only for Toastmaster Yasmin. Now we are done with the individual evaluation, and we shall move on to the reports of our wonderful team. And to start off, let us invite our grammarian, Toastmaster Kevin, for his report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Titan. Sorry if I mispronounced Titan. Titan. So I'm very pleased. I feel like I used the correct word today that was very appropriate for our theme today. And I feel that those who used the word really enjoyed using the word and had fun with it. So I used it once. Deja used it 2 times. Michelle used it once. And Mary used it 2 times. Shilpa used it 2 times in the chat. And then she used it 1 time when she was speaking with us. So as far as the speakers today, I feel that the grammar was very good, effective delivery, effective sentence structure, and very easy to understand. And it was very entertaining as far as the speeches go today. So everybody did a wonderful job on the using the word of the day. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kevin. Round of applause, please, for our grammarian's detailed, considerate, and organized report. I like that you show appreciation to each of the participants mentioning the word of the day. We have improved our grammar by listening to your explanation. And now for the counter, Toastmaster Lija has put the her report in the chat box. So this report will hopefully provide added motivation for us to cut out the filler words from our speeches. And now may I have the report from our timer, Toastmaster Michelle.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. We started, I think, about a minute or so late, but that was, I understand there was some conversation before that. Our initial role takers, they introduced their roles briefly. The ad counter spoke for 1 minute and 20 seconds, plus or minus. I wasn't starting exactly on time. The grammarian spoke for 1 minute and 40 seconds. Timer, that was me, 1 minute and 17. And the general evaluator very briefly explained her role in 25 seconds. The prepared speakers, IU was 1 minute and 7 minutes and 14. And I think Yasmin, because her story was so much fun, she got carried away. We all enjoyed it. And she went overtime at 8 minutes and 9 seconds. But we would have loved to continue listening. The table topics, Kevin spoke for 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Mary for 2 minutes and 15. Govin for 2 minutes and 6. E.T. for 2 minutes and 19. Shilpa for 2 minutes and 5 seconds. And Deja for 1 minute 44. And the evaluators, Shilpa for 3 minutes and 24 seconds. And Mary had a brief introduction where she shared her experience about the theme and all that. And so that was 43 seconds, and her actual evaluation was 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Kevin's grammarian report was 1 minute and 13. We didn't have Deja, and my timer's report is 1 minute and 47. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. And round of applause, please, for Toastmaster Michelle for her report. I appreciate you highly for working industriously behind the screen. And now I would like to provide my general evaluation for the meeting. This morning's Roseburg Storytellers Toastmasters Club's meeting went very well as usual. It started at 7:01 a.m. Oregon time, and I can feel the warm camaraderie throughout the meeting with the very interesting and relatable topics with the word of the day that enriches our vocabulary, industrious. I've seen that the meeting preparation was done very well. I received the meeting agenda 2 days ago, which was very wonderful. and all the role takers, the speakers, evaluators were in the Zoom room on time for their turn to perform. And yes, I can feel the friendly atmosphere here. It is very enjoyable, and I would like also to thank all the participants who have come and visit us this morning. And I would like to extend my gratitude to my team, the role takers, the grammarian, counter, ballot count, the timer, and the table topic master. So yes, I would like to thank our NWOD counter, Toastmaster teacher, even though she has left the meeting. She has explained the role very well, prepared the evaluation clearly in the chat box, so as to improve our speech by minimizing the filler words. And thank you, our grammarian, Toastmaster Kevin, who has introduced your role in a clear manner, explaining the word of the day, prepared the reports in a detailed manner, and we have learned from you to improve our grammar, the vocabularies, the word of the day from this meeting. Okay, and we had a wonderful table topic session led by Toastmaster Kunang. She has prepared great questions which fit to the meeting theme. And it was very good that the table topic session could accommodate almost all the participants here to join the session. Thank you, Toastmaster Kunang, for such an interesting and edutaining session. I would like to thank again our timer, Toastmaster Michelle. You have worked industriously behind the scene. And congratulations, Roseburg Storytellers, for the well-prepared, well-arranged meeting today, where we can gain two things from the meeting. It is enjoyable, it is a fruitful, educative meeting. And I think that it is such a great and safe place for us to learn and to practice our public speaking. And of course, we learn a lot from the insights of the speech contents from the prepared speech speakers. We have two, and also from the table topic speakers. And I hope many more people can get the benefits by joining our Roseburg Storytellers meeting in the future. And for that, I would like to return the control back to our Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Yudika. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Titin. Well, thank you all for the industrious team today. That's a wonderful meeting today. Thank you for sharing us about how you encourage to do, I can do it. And for the last, just remember that always answer the call of I can do it with an action. Thank you for today, and back to Madam President.
Wow, I can do it. Mary can do it. She can remove her Christmas.
I don't want this meeting to end, because that means that I have to do it. I don't want to.
Yes, anyone else want to do it? Then you can do it. Thank you for the wonderful team, Toastmaster of the Day, Yudika. Is it first time that you are Toastmaster of the Day in any Toastmasters meeting?
Well, it's maybe about 3 or 4 times in Makassar Toastmaster Club. I became Toastmaster of the Day.
Okay, instead, even if it is 3 or 4 times, you very well deserve an applaud, Yudika. Very, very, very well done. And
you.
I think we really had a great meeting. I really enjoyed everything, even the table topic session. Thank you, Kunang. I always know that you are encourage and challenge yourself. You challenge yourself to practice pronunciation today. Fantastic. We have great evaluators, general evaluator have said it all. And I'm very glad and thankful for all of you for participation. I do believe you will be here for the next week, which is very, very special week, our club contest. So looking forward for having you all here again for the next meeting. I would officially close the meeting 4 minutes earlier, but please stay because we will just coordinate ourselves. Thank you, and here I officially adjourn the meeting.